Self-discipline is overrated. I'll repeat, it's overrated. If you're gonna ask me why it's overrated, watch this video until the end. Now, why do I think this is very overrated? I know this is not usually the response, but I feel like it's overrated because of its rigid structure. If you think about it, if you watch these self-improvement videos out there, they will tell you to have self-discipline and to be consistent. Why is this a bad thing? Because it gives you no room for being spontaneous and it doesn't give you any room for unexpected events. So it's really important for you to become adaptable in this kind of situations. Being too rigid to yourself, being rigid to the point where you don't leave any room for flexibility, it can lead you also to burnout. That you kept pushing yourself to your own limit without listening to your own body. Just find yourself not doing these things anymore because you don't even rest anymore. You are too rigid. You're really pushing yourself out there. If you're pushing yourself too far, you're just gonna fall off the cliff. For here, it's really important for you to balance your well-being and to listen to your body. Let's touch up about motivation here. Having self-discipline and having motivation are two completely different things. And the overemphasis of self-discipline and then self-motivation. The difference here is, if you have motivation, you are doing the things because you love it. While doing it for the sake of self-discipline, you feel like you should do it. This can also lead you to having unrealistic expectations to the point where you should be at this top and you're here. And you're imagining that it's a straight line going up there. But in reality, it's just series of up and downs. It's a volatile journey. You having rigid self-discipline, this can lead you to burnout. This can lead you to having unattainably high standards. That if you fail to meet that, you will just set yourself for disappointment. And I want to discuss also the importance of asking yourself the question why. Why are you doing this? Is it because you want more money? Is it because you want to help others? Asking the why behind your actions can not only help your self-discipline to help you get out of bed for you to do something. I know all of us are like this. If we wake up, the first thing that comes to our mind is, oh my god, I need to work again. I need to go to school again, like this, like that. It's also important for you to have a purpose. My purpose is to share you the knowledge on how to build your habits in a simple way. I've seen all of you guys start right now, have self-discipline, and then do this, do that, do those. But are you doing it properly? From my personal experience, I've built habits this past 8 months, and then I'm starting to slip away from those habits. And I kept reflecting, why am I not doing these habits anymore? Why did I just give this up? And then I started to realize I had the wrong system for change. So out of all the habits I've built, only few of them stuck in me now. If you have a purpose, you don't even have to rely on self-discipline. Because if you have a purpose, you will just get out of bed. You will just do this, do that, do those. Do things that you really want. Okay, fine, I know all of you are gonna say, self-discipline. Self-discipline helps, it really helps. But it also takes habit for you to have self-discipline. This is very outside of our comfort zone. If you're trying to do something that you have never done before, then relying on motivation and self-discipline wouldn't even get you far. So, what you should do instead? Oh, Gavin, so self-discipline is overrated, so what should I do? To start as little as possible. Start as little as possible and scale it up. The psychological effect on this is it makes it more doable. That's the better way. Instead of doing it with a blast and you just find yourself slipping away from those habits. If you follow my pen, I will explain you what all of us do if we want to change our life. We start with a blast and then we burnt out, we go down. What we should be doing is that we just build our habits. This, I know it doesn't have any effect. Your small actions are compounding in this straight line before it spikes up. Because all of us wants immediate results. That's why we start with a blast. But we should be doing the opposite way instead. Start small and then gradually increase it. I think this is the only video where I touch up that self-discipline is not good for you. Well, I'm not saying it's not good for you, okay? If you really think about it, if you have this rigid self-discipline, it wouldn't even last for a long time.